Welcome back to my channel. I just got a message from my aunt, who is the leader over the 12 to 18-year-old girls in our church. And anyway, she just asked me to do a makeup class and I am so excited. I did this once before another group of girls and it was just a lot of fun. The girls had a lot of fun. I always have fun talking about makeup, and so I'm like really giddy right now. I want to play with makeup right now. We're going to film. I am in like the perfect background spot in my house to film. I don't know why it took me so long to decide to do it right here, but we eventually got here. We got here somehow. So excited. I love talking about makeup, and I'm just gonna start doing my makeup. Not only do I think it's just fun, makeup is just so fun and enjoyable, but I really want to get across just how creative and fun makeup can be, and that it shouldn't be used to hide behind or to cover up anything, but really to just enhance what you already love about yourself. And that's why this is like so fun for me. I want to do more things like this where I get to like share in person and to other people about makeup. But for now, we have a video with my Sun Touchable Wild Glow SPF, sun protection, makeup primer, like all in one. I know I'm doing like a cinematic background where it kind of blurs everything behind me. Let me know if you like this kind of thing or if it's just too distracting. I don't know. I'm kind of getting a vibe for it. See how I feel about it. One thing I like about this setup right now is that I'm using all natural lighting. There's no ring lights, box lights, anything like that, which for me is kind of a hassle, especially when I record on my phone. But you see how just like pretty, like the pretty glow that it gives your skin. Love it. And it's affordable too. Apparently this is a dupe for like Supergoop, if you know that brand. There's a lot here, a lot of new makeup that I want to try. Foundation, I am going to be using my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. For me, it's kind of like my go-to foundation for every day. I have higher end foundations that I really like, but I like to keep those for more special occasions because the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation is my absolutely favorite. I've been trying out the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Foundation or whatever it's called, and it's not, I don't know, it's not my favorite thus far, but also with that, it all depends on what products you use to prep the skin with. So it's not terrible, but it's not like my favorite. I don't think, as of right now, I wouldn't repurchase it again. This one I love that it's just the, you know, it's affordable, but it gives me the perfect amount of coverage that I want. And my kids are not taking their naps. I can hear them. I'm just like so happy about this whole setup right now. The background with the candle and just the big window in front of me. It's just the best. So if you are wondering what kind of things I'll be talking about in this class, which by the time this video goes up, I may have already done the class. I may, you know, not have done it yet. One thing that I like to focus on is I like to focus on simple yet effective techniques to get the best and most out of your makeup. I really focus on the purpose or what makeup should be. Makeup is art. It comes to like people who do art, like, you know, I was gonna say crayons, but I mean crayons is one thing. Paints and watercolors and chalk and all that kind of stuff that goes in that area. Like they do whatever they want when it comes to their art. And makeup is the same way. Certain techniques and things that will help you get, you know, maybe a better result. But at the end of the day, if it makes you happy and you like the way that it looks, that's all that should matter. One thing that I had posted on my Instagram recently is me talking about, I had noticed that day when I was wearing makeup that my under eyes looked really dry, and so my concealer wasn't looking the best. And I hadn't even realized that my under eyes were dry until later that day when I was looking at my under eyes and I was like, man, my concealer is just not looking the greatest on me today. Well, come to find out, oh wait, it's because I have dry under eyes. I have to prep my under eyes now with eye cream to hydrate my under eyes before I go in with concealer. And that makes all the difference in the world. But anyway, I was going on about how, you know, the makeup industry nowadays you know, we see celebrities and we see influencers and things like that, and we see them with makeup on, and we're like, oh my gosh, their makeup is so flawless and like so airbrushed and beautiful. Like they have no blemishes on their skin, no pores, which 90% of the time that's, you know, a lie, because they have lighting and they different angles and things like that they share. They don't share the other stuff, you know, in between. Whereas for me, that doesn't help us in the realities of what makeup looks over top of skin. I like to focus on that too, not just like how to wear makeup. Like you can do this to apply your blush this way and apply your foundation this way, do your eyeshadow this way, but more of once you do get it applied, this is how it looks in real life and it's okay. This is reality. I think I have plenty of foundation on. Because we're talking about that right now, I want to get up close and show you guys really quickly like my skin. Like you can see I have pores, I have texture, I have blemishes. And that's normal. It's completely normal. I think some days I am a little harsh on myself because I'm like, oh man, I can see all that texture. I can see all those pores. And some days are better than others. Again, going back to like, it's how you prep your skin first. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be the way it is, because skin is going to still be skin whether you have makeup on or not. Now we're going to do concealer, and guess what? The one thing that I didn't do before this was prepping my undereyes. I'm using the e.l.f. Skin Holy Hydration Eye Cream. This has hyaluronic acid and peptides in it. This is just going to help plump up my under eyes, hydrate my under eyes, all the good things. So it just looks like this. Hopefully I can get a good shot. I would normally do this before my foundation, but I kind of forgot. So we're just going to do the best that we can. A new concealer that I have been loving, and it's not new to me per se, but it's been a couple of years since I've tried it, but it is the Neutrogena, what is it called? Radiant Cream Concealer that has got peptides and antioxidants in it. One thing that I don't understand is this is the lightest shade and this is the next lightest shade. I feel like there should be like a shade in between. Putting these together, especially underneath my eyes. One thing also about prepping my under eyes with a eye cream before I go in with my concealer is that I don't necessarily feel like I have to go in with a under eye corrector before I put my concealer on. But I just feel like because of it, my under eyes because they don't look so dry and like, it just like really makes them nice and bright. I love this concealer so much. I just feel like it looks so natural looking underneath the eyes. Focus like in the inner corner first of my eye and kind of pat pretty well there, and then I will drag it out. But I like to focus a lot of the coverage in the inner corner to help brighten and things like that, and then drag it out. One thing that I also really like about this formula is that it is a little bit of a thicker formula, which is great for like blemishes when you want to cover up blemishes. I usually don't really have many on this side of my face. It's usually this side. This is like, if I'm gonna like choose a bad side on my face, this would be the bad side and this would be the good side. But at the same time, I don't really care. And a lot of times I don't even cover up any of my blemishes because, like I said before, skin is going to be skin, and that's okay. My skin is not perfect. I try to take care of it the best that I can, but at the end of the day, you know, I can only do so much. I like to kind of let my concealer on my blemishes kind of stay there for a little bit, kind of get a little bit drier and thicker. This is a new product to me as well. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Stick in the shade Mink. You know, cool toned brown. I like to go in with a brush and not go straight onto the skin. It's a little bit better when you go on it with a brush. And this is actually a pretty pigmented product, so I can't go on this side right now, so I'm gonna go on this side. I also saw in a video recently from Allie Klein, she was doing her makeup like a makeup artist that she follows, I think Mary Phillips, and she takes the contour kind of up here on the eyes to kind of help like lift the eyes a little bit. I feel like that was too much, but you know, we'll see. If you ever want to get inspiration for makeup, look up makeup artists. Makeup artists are always putting content out there because they want to be seen for their work. Many makeup artists out there, but yeah, if you ever need inspiration for makeup, go look up one of theirs. Okay, I'm quickly gonna blend this out. And I felt like I scooted back a little bit, so I'm gonna scoot in a little bit more. And I'm okay if it doesn't completely cover the blemish because, again, like I said, it's gonna be okay. At the end of the day, that texture is still gonna be seen even if you cover up the color. And there are products out there that would do this so much better, but you know, it's okay. What did I do? Kind of like that. It kind of like lifts the eyes up. And you guys are seeing. It always looks different in camera than in person. But, you know, just trust the process. Right now it might look a little scary, but just trust it. Promise in the end it will all be okay. I always thought that contour was stupid. I was like, why try to make your face different than what it is, you know? But it's not necessarily about that. Like, I go really lazy on my nose. Like, I don't feel the need like I have to create a slimmer, you know, nose for myself. I have a big bold nose and I'm okay with it. But it's more about like creating those shadows and that dimension in your face. Okay, now I'm gonna just go in with a sponge and just kind of soften this contour up a little bit. Just like my foundation brush. I don't have any foundation on this, just, you know, just kind of whatever's left on the brush, and I'm just gonna kind of go over that. This kind of helps to just blend the contour in with your foundation, and so that way you can't see where the makeup stops and starts. Okay, I've been using recently I really love doing like cream contour, cream bronzing, and, you know, cream or liquid blush before I powder my face. And the one that I'm going to be using today is from Milani. This is in their Cheek and Kiss liquid blush. This is the shade, what is it? Rose Romance. You only need like the tiniest bit. Milani knows how to do that really well. Blushes and bronzers and that kind of stuff. Okay, this brush from Jaclyn Hill. This is her highlighter brush, the J01, but I'm going to use it as a blush brush today. So I'm just going to pick that product up with the brush, and then I'm just going to apply this to the cheeks. For preparing for like a makeup masterclass, that's what I'm going to call it. A beginner's masterclass. I don't know. Is just like preparing, and what are you going to talk about? What are you going to share? I think that's the most nerve-wracking part of it, is because you don't want to leave anything out, but you also have a limited amount of time to share. Anyway, so I think that's what I'm most nervous about. I actually feel like I need a little bit more blush. I have an opportunity to actually talk in front of like a group of people. I am really excited because I want people to see the makeup the way I see makeup. I know not everybody's gonna have like a huge love for it like I do, but at least seeing makeup from maybe a point of view from somebody from inside, you know, that's huge in the makeup world, I just feel like that's exciting. And that's going to be a lot of fun. And I told my aunt, I was like, you know, the girls are going to have fun, but like, I'm probably going to have the most fun. I'm super excited because it is so much fun for me. And I think that's the difference between, you know, people that are like huge into like makeup and love makeup and are constantly trying new product out versus, you know, somebody like my mom or my sisters, where makeup for them is makeup. Like they wear makeup, but they're not like huge into it like I am. Also, have you ever tried Old Trapper's jerky? It is the best jerky. My mom went to Costco the other day and I was talking to her on the phone, and she was chewing on something. I was like, oh, what are you eating? She was like, I'm eating jerky. And I was like, oh, how is it? And she went, So like, ever since I had Old Trappers when I visited it last, nothing else compares. I'm like, yep, Old Trappers is really the best. It's so good. I have 2 different powders. Well, actually, scratch that. I have 3 different powders, but this is new to me. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Blurring Powder. I kind of want to keep giving it a shot. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's not bad. It's actually a pretty good powder. But I just don't know how I feel about it yet. It has like a little sifter thing. It like closes so that way it's like easy to, you know, keep from getting messy. And then you have your product. And for my under eyes, sorry, I have to through my mouth. For my under eyes, I like to make sure I pat it out first. Make sure any creasing that happened while I was doing my other makeup is gone. And then I like to use a puff. This one is from Beauty Blender, but you can use whatever puff you want. Then I just kind of like press on the back of my hand, and then I go in and I press it under the eye. One thing that I do like about this powder, because I've tried other powders before that makes my under eyes look dry, that it could also be because I didn't prep my under eyes. So I do feel like this is a very finely milled powder, and it doesn't look heavy on the skin. A little heavier on that eye, but I just feel like, to me, so far, this powder is like, not bad. Like, it doesn't make my under eyes look, you know, heavy or dry or anything like that. But I feel like I have other powders that I just like a little bit better. I don't feel like this is brightening at all or anything like that. And as far as the blurring goes, I don't feel like it really did much of blurring. So there's that. And then for the rest of my face, I just like to go in with a brush. This says that it's a transparent powder, but I feel like when I put it on my skin, like it does give a little bit of like color and coverage, which I'm not a huge fan of. I don't like it when powders say that they're translucent and then they're not really. Because then it just kind of dulls out any of the brightening or color that I already put on my skin. Other than that, I mean, if you're looking for an affordable, I'd like to go back on my side. If you're looking for an affordable powder that's not going to look heavy on the skin, that's going to give you some nice coverage, and it's not going to, you know, make your under eyes look dry, this is a pretty good one. Now, as far as blurring goes, again, it's just not doing any of that for me, because again, it has that, and when it comes to blurring powders, most of the time I feel like they do tend to have a little bit of pigment to them, but for me, I just don't like that. I like a white translucent powder. I feel like that glow that I had coming from my makeup beforehand, my opinion's already kind of made up about that powder. It's not terrible, but it's just, I wouldn't reach for it over other powders that I have. Going with my e.l.f. Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked palette. This is the e.l.f. one. This is the Elephant one. But I'm going to go in with this palette. I'm going to go in with the bronzer shade. Sun is coming out. Hello, sun. We've had some weird, like, very, like, light dusting of snow, and it just, like, flurrying. I feel like I can never say that right. And so it's, now that the sun's coming out, just kind of happier. I love this bronzer so much. And this will kind of help bring back that little bit of that glow that I was wanting. I feel like that bronzer just gave me back a whole bunch of life that I was missing. Go in with these 2 blushes. I'm going to combine them. Another thing that I like about this setup that I have right now is I have limited equipment that I have to put away. I have like my big black drawer in the closet here, and then I have a 3 drawer that I can literally pick up and bring in here that I can just put back on those drawers when I'm done filming. And like I showed you, I don't have any lights, and so I literally have my camera stand and my mic. That's it. A little too much, so we're gonna kind of distribute between both cheeks. This palette is just so pretty. I love it. Oh my gosh. Everything is giving me life today. I have a new setup for filming. I'm going to be teaching a makeup class. I tried to film yesterday in my bathroom, or it was my kid's bathroom, but and it just did not work. But I'm just so happy that I'm like have a space that I'm like, yes, yes. And this used to be my kids' like bedroom. They have a bedroom and they have a playroom, and so they don't play in their bedroom, they play in their playroom. Anyway, but the window in the playroom, that's where I first started filming when we moved into this house. But then I had so much equipment because the window was small and we didn't get very much lighting from that window anyway. I don't know why it never occurred to me to just use this room as their playroom, and it's easy for me to, film and do what I need to do in here. I'm loving just everything that's going on for me right now. I'm gonna go in with this highlighter from Koki. This is their Soft Glow highlighter. This is in the shade Heavenly, and looking in the pan, it looks like it's gonna be like too dark for me, but then when I swatch it, it looks like it's gonna be okay. Maybe a little bit dark, but not a ton. I'm just gonna take it on my sponge and just kind of lightly, like, that's just so pretty though. Like, it doesn't look super heavy on the skin. It just like is a really pretty glow. I don't know if I grabbed an eyeshadow palette. I did. I actually have a couple new eye products that I wanted to give a try. Some new cream eyeshadows from e.l.f. This is in the shade Wildflower. It's like a really pretty like lavender purple, which is super fun for like maybe Easter coming up. And in the shade Canyon, it's like a really pretty like pinky beigey color. This is their cream eyeshadow stick in the shade, what shade is this? Thrift Shop. I think this is the one we're going to use today because, like I said, I've already used the Canyon one. So I already kind of have it familiar with that formula, but I want to go into this one because I feel like this is a really good, like, maybe everyday color. So let's just go ahead and kind of put this all over the lid. And I'm just going to blend this out. I feel like this is a really pretty nice everyday shade. Ooh, that's a nice shade. I love that it's not too warm. It's like a really nice cool tone brown for everyday. I really like that. Hey! Back into the palette, I think. I think I'm gonna take this kind of highlighter shade. I don't use it for like a highlighter on the high points of my face just because I feel like it's a little too dark. I'm hearing noise coming on. So I'm going to go in with this shade as kind of like a sparkle in the eyes. I'm loving my makeup today. Also, I'm probably loving it more just because of how excited and happy I am. Which is such a good thing because yesterday I had such a crappy day. Just felt like there was just one thing after another that the kids were just like needing, and they were fine though. They didn't need anything, but they were just like super whiny, needed mommy all the time. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like I couldn't get a minute to myself. Like, seriously, I couldn't get a minute to myself. Today is a better day, and I have been a lot more patient with the kids because I think I was just like, I can't handle another day like that. And then yesterday, my sister, I told her that I was having, a pretty crappy day, and she brought me flowers and just a gift bag just full of like treats and goodies and things just to like lift up my spirits. The flowers really made me happy. I love getting flowers. That's like one of my favorite things. My husband doesn't do it very often though. So I end up buying myself flowers every once in a while. He'll get the hint one day. That's okay. I don't need them, but I want them. Loving this simple eyeshadow look. Like, it does not have to be complicated to get a really pretty like eye look like this. And I'm just gonna go under. I'm going to go back in with the brush and just kind of blend it out. Okay. Ooh. Besides, I poked myself in the eye and I'm kind of blind now, especially when the sun's like shining right into my face right now. Woo! Take a brown eyeliner. This is from LA Girl. Recently, like, been falling in love with so many of LA Girl's liners. They are so good, and they're so cheap and affordable. This in my waterline. All right, I also added just like a little bit on the outer edge of my lash line as well, just to help. I think I'm actually gonna take this right here too. I'm gonna blend this liner out really quick. Also gonna kind of smoke this up here too. So pretty. Okay, my favorite mascara. I have two, but I don't think I have the other one here with me. I think I like this more than the other one that I'll even share with you, but it is the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara. But I have the mini version. The other one that I like is the Tartelette Tubing Mascara, which is also pretty good. When it comes to high-end mascaras, if you can get the mini size, I think it's just worth it to get the mini size. Amount of, you know, use that I get out of a tubing mascara, amount that I get out of a mini mascara before it dries out is about the same as a large size. So I just like to invest in this mini sizes of mascaras when they're high end. But that's one coat already, and you can tell like I have some pretty decent volume with that. And then I just poke myself in the eye, and yeah. I want to try to move on. I have a mark down here, but I will clean that up once it dries. I'm gonna take care of these things because right now my face just looks kind of... Eyebrows definitely complete the makeup look, and I feel like I have to do my eyebrows last. I just feel like I can't do them before, I can't do them in between, and honestly the reason being is that I just don't like doing my eyebrows. Put it off until everything else on my face that I'd love to do is done, and then I'm like, okay, time to do eyebrows. I like to use a brow pomade. This is from Benefit. Ooh, that's upside down. In the shade 4 Warm Brown, or, well, it says warm deep brown, which I don't really understand. And I like to tend to do my, like, the tails of my brows first on both sides. So it just kind of helps me, like, match them as I'm going. If you are new here, hi, my name's Aubree, but I always say that, you know, they say that your sisters aren't twins, or your brows aren't twins, they're sisters, meaning, you know, they're not going to look identical, but pretty similar. My eyebrows aren't even sisters. My eyebrows, I feel like, are cousins. And I've said that many times on my channel before, so if you're new here, that's what I say. But I actually had a comment from somebody one time that said, your mixed matched eyebrows is what makes you cute and unique. And I was like, oh, that was really sweet of her to say that. So it's so true. I used to have a mole on my eye. I don't know, one day it like just went away, but until into my 20s I have always had that little mole right there in my eye, and I learned to just, you know, it was my little beauty mark, and I kind of miss it. I'm kind of like, oh, you know, my little beauty mark is gone. Like, I literally don't, like, one day it was there, the next day it was gone. Like, I don't know what happened to it, but it's so true, is like little things like that make you so cute and unique. And you know, we may not like certain things about ourselves, but we pick on ourselves more than other people do. Like, we notice more things about us than other people do. And if other people are picking on you about those things, it's because they're feeling insecure about their own issues. As I'm editing this, I'm going to see how long it took me to do my eyebrows, and I will leave a timestamp down here for you guys to tell you how long it takes me to do my eyebrows. And I'm still going too, so don't think I'm going to just end here. I'm going to continue to see how long it takes me to do my eyebrows. I think that's pretty good. I think they're a little bit thinner than they normally are. At some point, you just gotta put everything away and just, you know, accept it for what it is. One day I'll have an eyebrow tutorial maybe on my channel. Maybe not, honestly, because eyebrows are not my strong suit. And then I like to take this e.l.f. brow lift. This kind of gives you like a lamination look to your brows, if you know what I'm talking about. But just kind of help stick them up, you know, So you can see right there like how my brows are just like sticking straight up. I don't like them sticking completely straight up, but I do like to add that kind of textured look and make them look like they're all in each individual brow, and it's not like all just like blended together. I like definitely more of the natural brow look and not so like super blocky or defined. Oh, my hair keeps getting stuck into the gel. But I am kind of been getting into a little bit more into the look of lamination brows. Just a little bit. Just the tiniest bit. I just feel like it looks really good on other people. Me, not so much. Because again, my eyebrows are not twins. They are cousins. And so they would just look too freaking crazy. We're going to go in with liner. I'm going to be using, this is from Anastasia. This is in Muted Mauve. Really love Anastasia. It's like lipsticks and lip liners. I say that. This is the only lip liner that I own from them. Sorry, I didn't mean to block you. And I just wiped away any of my lip balm that I had on. I don't really overline my lip. I just follow the natural line of my lips. Just like my nose. I don't feel like I have to like create a new shape on my lips. You guys hearing that wind out there? This is kind of how our weather's been like all the time for the last couple days. I love this lip liner so much because I feel like it's not too deep, but I feel like it just contours the lips enough. And then I like to go in with my fingers and just kind of blend it out. Now, obviously, I could leave this just like this and put like a gloss on it, but I am going to go in. This is in the shade. This is from Anastasia. This is in the shade Peach Amber. When I bought this, I thought that it was going to be more of like an orangey, corally color. And then I swatched it. I'm going to push this over. And then I swatched it and I'm like, oh, that's like more mauve-y tone than I thought. Like it still has like a little bit of that orange in it, but it's definitely more subtle. And I feel like it just is not what I expected it to be from the online swatches and things. It's pretty. I like it. It actually looks really good with that lip liner. Just look at my face. That's the situation. I don't think I need any more bronzer. Maybe a little bit more blush. I'm just going to kind of, you know, whatever I have left over, kind of blend out. And then I'm going to set the face. I have two that I really like. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray and then the e.l.f. Fine Mist. Oh, come on. Focus. Micro Mist. They're both really good. High-end, drugstore, both work amazing. Use the Charlotte Tilbury one. I like to drench my skin. And setting spray just like marries all of your makeup together. And I'm going to go in with a sponge and just gently tap. I actually would wait until this is like halfway dry, but I kind of got a little impatient. So I forgot about that little mark, but it looks like it blends pretty well into my mascara and my eyelashes, that I'm just gonna leave it. All right, guys, that is it for this makeup look and my chit chat. I definitely am like feeling pretty high today. Like yesterday I was like down here and today I'm like way up here. I'm really excited for filming more content because I feel like I have a really good space to do it now. That's not going to be like too straining and chaotic on my end to like set things up before I film. Plus, I'm really excited for my makeup class coming up. I hope that you guys are having an amazing day. And if you're not, take the time to just like sit and breathe and blow all that bad energy out because, you know, it just, some days are bad and some days are good. And we just kind of go through that motion of life. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new here, my name is Aubree and I would love for you to subscribe down below and join my little family here on YouTube. If you want to be notified of future videos that I upload, also hit the notification bell and you will get notifications whenever new videos of mine come up. So much for watching, guys. I love you so much and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!